Got it. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Monday Motivation. Welcome to video 3 of how to get more leads. Okay, so if you haven't seen the first 2, definitely go back. We're going to wrap it up in the third part now, so you'll have a nice succinct system to go through. Okay, so by now we've built some awareness. They know who you are, you know who they are. They're starting to become intrigued because you're positioning yourself as a problem solver rather than just a noisy look at me, buy my stuff. Now we move through the last 2 phases of every single prospect lead sale type situation, okay? So once you've got their intrigue, meaning they're starting to be curious, they're like, this person gets me. Next we move into interest. And interest is when desire starts to form, okay? And interest normally happens when you start to connect with them on an emotional level rather than just a vague logical level, okay? And so the way I sequence this is I normally start with LinkedIn or social media, connect with them, then I start to view them and send direct emails towards them. Typically that's based on if they've been viewing my profile or being connected, adding comments, stuff to my content. That's more in the LinkedIn program, by the way, that we've created. Feel free to check that out down below. The next stage from that is normally to start connecting on an emotional level, and that is through calls and face-to-face. Okay? Calls and face-to-face. This is typically how I'll take a cold prospect and move them through. So phone calls is typically done on a follow-up to the email script that we developed last week, okay? Number 1 rule with any email that you're sending that's sales-based, always, always, always finish the last character before you hit kind regards is a question mark. Because then what this buys you is the opportunity for a further call, okay? Now the number 1 way that you maintain a full pipeline with leads through this process is to ensure that your call numbers and your face-to-face numbers are high enough. And so the action plan from this step, before we wrap it all up, is to ensure that you're doing this on a day-to-day basis. And the way I like to do this is simply a Thrive with 5 type method. And you'll see below there's a PDF that you can download, which simply has Monday through Friday, which has phone calls, texts, emails, and face-to-face visits. And you can actually measure how many you're doing, because often we get so busy that we just do day-to-day and actually lose it, okay? So phone calls and face-to-face visits is an extension of the email that we sent with the problems and the solutions. And as they start to build interest, you'll find that an opportunity for a sale takes place. Now, the final stage that they'll go through is advocacy. Advocacy. And this is when they start to share you with their other people in their network. And honestly, it's one of the most powerful ways to create a prospecting/lead machine that just works for you. It's called word of mouth business. It's been around forever, and it's one of the most effective ways. And that really is the last stage that I work on, and that is by building strategic partnerships. And strategic partnerships are those that are advocates of what you do, people that you can share with, and it can even be existing clients asking for repeat and referral business. And this is why we've put that as point E in a separate place, because a lot of people forget to tap into strategic partnerships or existing clients that they already have. They forget to reconnect with them on LinkedIn. Are you connecting with every one of your sales through LinkedIn? Are you ensuring that you're directing emails to them on a consistent basis? When's the last time you did a phone call to a previous client from 6 months ago and simply said, hey, how's things going? It's been 6 months, what's new? And when's the last time you caught up with them and actually booked some meetings with them? This, my friends, is the most powerful ones, but the reason why it's last is you've got to do the hard yards first. You've got to go through the whole process. And so there it is. That is stage 3, giving you a high level overview. By now you should have set your target. You should definitely know this in detail. You should definitely know their top 3 problems in detail and low-level solutions for it. And by now you should have your LinkedIn up to date. Hopefully you've jumped on the LinkedIn Sales Machine program and got it sorted. You've been sending consistent emails, phone calls on a daily basis, outbound, face-to-face proactive visits, and building your power base so that they can be aware of you, they can be intrigued on a day-to-day basis, they're interested in what you do, and most importantly, you leave them as a raving fan. That, my friends, is how to get more leads. Take action daily, and as always, if there's any other way we can help you, just say the word.